we're going to go ahead and get started. I love the enthusiasm of folks talking and chatting and getting to know your neighbors. If you are just walking in, take out your phone right away because this screen is going to go away in just a second. If you can go ahead and check in. And if you actually don't get a chance to check in, just go ahead and check in with Cindy Graves. She'll raise her hand. Yeah, you'll know Cindy in a second. You're actually going to get to know her quite well. All right, my name is Dr. Isabel Fukushima. I'm the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Studies and the Director of the Office. I have been in this position for a few years and super excited. I myself mentor undergraduate researchers. I'm a professor as well, and it's super awesome to see how you all come in with your projects, work with faculty, and what you're able to do in a semester, some of you even in a few years. I'm going to have the team introduce themselves, but the other facilitator here today is Cindy Graves. I'm going to have her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. You'll probably be hearing a lot from me during this semester. So I'm the assistant director and I manage the UROP. So it's exciting to see you all, and I can see some faces that are returning. So welcome.
Shelly's up.
I'm Shelley Parker. I'm the events manager at UROP. So I do the symposium.
Hi everyone, my name is Angie Leva. I'm an academic program coordinator and I am the American content researcher.
So any Euro questions is Cindy will be your contact, but you all are required to attend education series events. Cindy will tell you more about that. You'll see Shelley a time. You'll hear her voice more than you'll see her, as well as Angie. If you're interested in summer undergraduate research experiences, Angie's your person. So you really should get to know all of the folks in the team. And we're joined online by Jude Ruelas, who many of you have probably met because he does a lot of our outreach. And so that's just a little bit about this. I'd like to provide just very brief opening remarks about undergraduate research and why it matters. Many of us who are your professors started where we ended up in our journey because we started where you are. We started doing undergraduate research or having a mentor experience at some point in our academic journey. And so we know that undergraduate research is a vital part of students making decisions about their careers, as well as if you decide you want to go on to graduate school, it has really an important impact on that. The other fun fact about undergraduate research that we know of our students who participate in our programs is that you also are more likely to graduate in 4 years. So if graduating in 4 years matters to you, you're more likely to head that way. If you want to take your time and hang out with us longer, we don't mind having you. It's a little more expensive. That's totally fine as well. As well as for our students, what we know about them is that they actually only 30% of our students are in honors, so we really do see ourselves as bridging the equity gap because we see you as high-performing students, regardless if you're in honors or not. And so we're super excited about the work that you all do. There's tons of events that you can get connected to, and you probably see little R2 roaming around in the room. So if you're online, I'm sorry you're missing it. There's a Shih Tzu in the room. Her name is R2 Shih Tzu. If you watch Star Wars, yes, Dr. R2D2. And yeah, if you come to the office, which is in the Sterling Silver Center, across the parking lot, you'll actually be able to hang out with these cool folks that just introduce themselves, as well as say hello to R2 sometimes. Yeah. So we are also, our team is quite robust. You got to meet some of our folks in the room and Jude's online. We also have leaders. So if you ever want to come and work with the office, we hire students to do activities as well as our outreach. So we have Doi An, who's our animator, Anna Gilstrap, who is our social media leader, Allison Knopper, who is our STEM specific, Sonia Asuna, who does our pre-award, Ava Pites, who does IRB Lab, Kishant Thambu, who does presentation and publications, and Alex Turner, who does research. So if you ever want to connect with either the staff, myself, or our student leaders, they're here to support you in your success. We have quite a robust team. Here's a little bit about the mission. You might find it online, but the undergraduate studies mission. So we are housed within undergraduate studies. So we support all students regardless of the college you're affiliated with. We literally work with the 18 colleges. So we believe that from admission to graduation, we provide every student with an exceptional educational experience. And we know that undergraduate research is a part of that impact. The Office of Undergraduate Research is committed to faculty and student collaborations. You are here getting funded to do the work that you do because that is our mission. And we want to just congratulate you all on being competitively selected. This semester was our more competitive fall semester. So we had about 250 applications and only 204 students were awarded. So we do more and more, it's getting more competitive. All right. So I've talked a little bit about that. We have a little bit of an overview of what we offer. Here you can see, you'll hear more from Cindy about these opportunities. But generally, I'm just going to end with a high note. Undergraduate research matters. You are going to be the product of it, whether you go into higher ed, continue on with your degrees, to other terminal or advanced degrees, or you go into the field and you start working afterwards. We know that this research experience has an impact. So please, if you join late, we see a little bit of folks who just missed my amazing remarks. Don't worry. You'll see a video version of it if you want to check out the first 3 minutes. But other than that, I'm going to hand it over to Cindy because really, even though I'm their boss, Cindy's really the boss today. And so if you have questions, please do direct it her way. She is happy to receive all of your emails and she's very responsive. And so Cindy, without further ado.
Okay, so everyone probably has the QR code. If you're online, we have put the form stack chat in the chat. Or sorry, the form stack link to get into the sign in. It's in the chat. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some of the expectations that are for you all this semester. And I just wanted to say that our Office of Undergraduate Research, we refer to ourselves as the OUR a lot. So if you hear that, you'll know what we're talking about. You're probably familiar with our website, our.utah.edu. If you go onto the UROP page, you can find the current scholars resources. That's probably going to be the place that you go for any of your questions. So always check there. We'll have everything updated for the semester if you have any questions. And then we will have this orientation recorded. We'll send it to everybody afterwards, or we'll have it available on our website. So as you know, UROP is the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program, and it's students who are working with faculty members who are getting paid. You'll receive a $1,200 taxable stipend for up to 120 hours of work during this semester. You can do up to 2 semesters of UROP. So by raise of hand, who here is in their renewal semester? Okay, awesome. Congratulations. Welcome back. And then you folks who are in your new semester, just know that you can do a renewal semester, but it doesn't have to be consecutive. You can take a break. As long as you complete this semester successfully, complete all the requirements, you'll be eligible to apply again. And then we have our deadlines right there for our upcoming semesters, November 3rd for spring, and then next year, March 8th, if you want to come back next summer. A little bit of an overview of the program. So we try not to send out too many invoices or too many emails that aren't relevant. So we ask that you do read and respond to correspondence from our office and then reply in a timely manner. You are conducting research under the supervision of your UROP mentor. You were funded and awarded based off the proposal that you wrote in your application. So we do ask you if there's any kind of changes that happen, substantial changes, which means your mentor needs to leave the university or you're no longer interested in that program, you want to go to a new lab. Those are the kinds of things you need to contact our office about. If it's just standard, an experiment didn't go well, you got to perform it again, or you got to do something a little bit different. Those are the kinds of things we don't need to hear about. But if it's substantial, please contact our office. In most cases, we can work with you, hopefully keep your funding, hopefully get you a new faculty mentor if the mentor leaves. But yes, please do contact us. It is your requirement to obtain and maintain certifications as needed for human subjects research, animal research, laboratory, and other environmental health, HIPAA, etc. We don't know what kind of certifications you're going to need for your project, so please work with your mentor if you don't already know. Your mentor will know what you'll need. We also ask that you acknowledge support from the Office of Undergraduate Research in any kind of dissemination of your work, whether it's if you're going to have a poster presentation, we have our logo. If you're going to go present an oral presentation, we just ask that you acknowledge funding from our office. So the UROP agreement, you all signed it and accepted it. The first thing was that you attend orientation. So congratulations, you've already fulfilled that requirement. Welcome. You will be hired as a temporary part-time employee as an undergraduate research assistant to receive this UROP stipend. Many of you have probably already been hired, been in contact with Elena in HR. So all students, with the exception of students who are returning from summer semester, we'll need to fill out that new hire personal information form and send it to Elena. This is the only way the HR can see if you already have a job on campus, if you need to come in and fill out the I-9. So those students who are in summer UROP, we can just automatically continue your hiring into this semester. Question?
So I'm already employed at the university, so if I still need to fill that out.
Yeah, so if you are already an employee of the university, fill it out, send it to Lena, because that way she'll get your name, your unit, and then she'll just see that you're already in the system, and then she'll use the information that we already have to hire you. If you're already an employee, it just means you don't need to make another appointment with her. You don't have to go fill out any more paperwork, except send her that new personal information form. And everybody needs to be hired by August 31st. You'll be paid the $1,200 stipend, and it's for work for the semester. From your hiring start date will be September 1st. The hiring end date will be November 30th. When I say a stipend, this means that we will pay you in 5 or 6 equal payments over the course of the semester. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, I'll talk about it now. So here is your UROP pay schedule. So you'll get 6 equal payments over the course of the semester. Please take note of that first payment. Your first payment will be on September 22nd. The university pays out, their university payday is on the 7th and 22nd of the month. And so if one of those dates falls on a holiday or a weekend, you'll get paid the Friday before. So here is your schedule. Once you get set up through Elena and HR, you won't have to do anything else. Your payments will be automatically made. The university's payroll office highly recommends that everybody get set up for direct deposit. If you already have a job on campus, you already have direct deposit set up, you don't need to do it again, but we do recommend that you go in and just double check, make sure your deposit or your direct deposit is set up correctly. And then your UROP stipend will just get added to whatever you're already getting paid if you already have a job on campus. We will have I have the link here, but if anyone has any questions on how to sign up for direct deposit, it will be in your CIS. If you're a new employee, your CIS will not be available until September 1st, because that's when your start date is. So that's when you'll be able to go in and set up your direct deposit. And the way you can do it, we have a link to it on our website. So if you go to our.utah.edu/UROP, this is the UROP page. There will be that current scholars resources. You'll see it over on the right-hand side. Takes you to a screen that has a bunch of different options and information for you. There's the direct deposit right there, and it will take you into your CIS. Anybody have any questions about direct deposit? If you don't set up direct deposit and you get a check mailed to you, and for whatever reason it doesn't make it to you, you'll be responsible for paying a fee to have it stop payment. Payroll office really doesn't want to have to print and mail out checks. So please sign up for direct deposit. So after you send, so Elena Sharma, she's our HR rep. She will contact you if you need to make an appointment to fill out your I-9. So please also respond to any emails that you receive from her. Everybody is required to sign the employee intellectual property assignment agreement. If you've already done it, if you're already an employee, you do not have to do it again, but everybody has to do it just once. And the link was in your award email. Everybody has to sign up for 2-factor authentication. It's how you can get into CIS. It's how you'll be able to see your paychecks. You should be able to get that access after you're hired if you aren't a current employee already. So because, like I said, you will be receiving a stipend. There's no time cards. You don't put any hours in Chronos. There's no in and out punches. Any questions about that? Okay. Because you will not be putting any hours in Chronos, R2 is leaving. Goodbye, R2. We do ask that you create a schedule with your mentor. So devise a schedule with your mentor to ensure that you can contribute the 120 hours of work for the semester. And this is a schedule that needs to be in writing however you would like it. You can use your own process, your own kind of form. We also have a form that if you would like to use it, you can kind of use ours. It's a little template. Back to the current scholars resources page, there's a tab for the UROP schedule. And it looks something like this. So you and your mentor can work through. It's a way to keep track of what days you've worked and the hours that you've put in. So if you ever have a question about how many hours you still need to do, how many hours you've already done, you can both refer back to this. So you may be asked, yes,
I don't, my lab, that's double that.
Okay. No, yeah. Is there any penalty for putting in more than the hours? No, we're only going to pay you for the 120 hours. Most likely, a lot of you will just continue the work after that. So with that schedule, you won't be asked to provide it to us unless there's any kind of issues with your mentor, just on your progress. So please keep a copy for your own records. Again, don't send our office a copy of the schedule, just keep it for yourself. And I don't think we've had any instances where a student has gone AWOL and we don't know where they're at, where we've had to have them submit this schedule, but there are times when professors maybe haven't been in contact with the student, and so we do need to just check in on them. I do check in with the mentors monthly just to see if everything's going well, make sure your progress is happening and that everything is in line. If you or your mentor, or if your mentor indicates any kind of issues with your work, you will receive an email from our office trying to correct the issue and a timeline for doing so. If you fail to meet any of those expectations outlined in that notice, you will be dismissed from the program and forfeit your UROP stipend. If you have any concerns or issues that arise with your mentor, please contact our office. Dr. Fukushima would be happy to discuss any issues and try to resolve anything. So failure to meet any of the expectations and the policies will result in a forfeiture of the UROP stipend. If any problems happen, we're not just going to cut you off. We're going to email you and we're going to try to work things out. So usually there's a solution if there's any kind of issues. If you do need to withdraw for whatever reasons, please contact our office as soon as possible, or me. So now I just wanted to go over, so that was a bunch of the information for the actual stipend. And so now this is more information regarding your participation in UROP. Does anybody have any questions about the stipend, getting paid, setting up your hiring? Okay. If you do, please reach out. Elena's really helpful. Oh, question in the back. So when we hire you at a 0.13 FTE. So if you have other jobs that will make sense to you, you can let your HR know about that. Did that answer your question? Okay. All right. So I'm going to turn the time over to Shelly real quick to talk about the education series. She had mentioned before that she's the one who handles this, so we'll let her give some more information.
Okay, hello, everybody. And we have several, we have over, I think, 50 recorded on-demand education series on our website. So you need to attend one live, which they're all virtual. So you have to attend it when it's happening, and then you can watch one recorded one, or you can watch them all. We don't care. The topics that are coming up on the 13th is on time management. On the 27th of September is creating eye-popping presentations with Adobe. And we also have conflict of interest 101. And I can't remember the other ones. We put them into tracks. So if you want to look at different areas, you can click on the website just for the track. And I just said this. So it's open to everybody. Sometimes we have hybrid, but right now they're all virtual and on demand. And to get credit for watching them, you need to fill out the evaluation. That's how if you attend virtually, you do register on Zoom, but to get credit for actually attending it, watching it, you need to fill out the evaluation.
Oh, how many events will be offered live?
Right now we have 6 to 7 right now. I'm just confirming them. The ones that are confirmed are on the website already. And I should be getting more information on the last couple. So right now I know there's 3 scheduled in September, at least 2 in October. So you can go on the website to see what they are.
So these education series events, you'll need 2 of them. They are required. And They're very helpful. They tend to be on topics that maybe your mentor, you're not learning in your lab. And we also get this feedback from students, from other faculty mentors who feel like this is what our students need to know. So Shelley does a really good job putting these together. Again, you do need to attend to. If you don't attend to, it could affect you getting future funding from our office. So these need to be completed before the last day of class. Any questions on the education series? Okay, so yeah, you're required to do 2 of those. You're also going to be required to submit the UROP final report. This is just a reflection on your research experience, how UROP went. This is for us to see how our program is going. It is not a written report. It takes, it's an online form. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to fill out. It's really simple. We have some questions. And then we ask that you fill this out, you know, before the last day of class. And then we also have, or the link is always available on that Current Scholars webpage. Again, do the last day of class. So the requirements, 2 education series, final report. We, towards the end of the semester, we will send out reminders, but don't wait till the end of the semester, finish them now. Go on, look at the list of the education series and see which topics are interesting to you and get them on your schedule. They'll be well worth it. Okay, we also require that you present your work. We have undergraduate research symposias. We have those every semester. Did anyone here present in the last summer one that we just had a couple weeks ago? Awesome, a few of you did. So these undergraduate research symposiums are awesome because you get to present to the university community. It's a broad audience. We have one every semester. So the fall one is only virtual, so it's only online. The one that we do in the spring is our biggest one. We rent out the whole Union building, and that's where you can do live, or it's all in person, posters, talks, performances. And then we do a summer one that is a poster session only. So we do require that you present at least once before you graduate. You can present multiple times. So the next one would be the virtual one with the deadline of November 26th. We have a question?
So you have to would you have to present this fall if you got it this fall?
No, so you do not have to present the same semester that you have UROP. You just need to present one time before you graduate. We want you all to participate in one of our symposiums. Any questions about the symposium? I highly recommend coming to the spring one. It's really robust. We have close to 500 students presenting. It's an all-day event. It's really fun. And Shelley's the one who will be handling all of that. So other opportunities that our office offers. Every year we take students to research on Capitol Hill. So this is an event where students get to present their research to their state legislators. The next one will be January 18th at the Utah State Capitol. So we take 25 students. Utah State takes 25 students. We are the only 2 universities in the state that get invited to this event. So I believe we're going into our 23rd year doing this. Anyone here presented before? Yes, awesome. It's a really unique event. It's kind of different than everything else that we have. So submissions will open October 1st. You'll all get an email. Everyone's eligible to apply. What we like to do is find students from all over the state of Utah so that we can get as many legislators represented to come and just to hear what the students have so you can show them the really amazing stuff that you're doing at the U. And then in turn, it affects, you know, legislation and funding that we get. So watch for that email coming in October. So we have SPUR. I'm going to turn the time over to Angie to give you a little bit more information about our summer program.
So SPUR stands for our Summer Program for Undergraduate Research. It is a nationally competitive program. It is open to everyone across the country. I think we have about a 10% acceptance rate. That being said, don't let that turn you away from applying. It is a 10-week program in the summer in which you would be working one-on-one with a mentor. It'd be between 35 and 40 hours a week. You would receive a $5,000 stipend as well as on-campus housing along with your U-Card benefits. Applications will be opening for that in November and then closing in January. So there is plenty of time for you guys to look into that.
SPUR is a little bit different than UROP. UROP, as you know, you found a faculty mentor to work with, you're working on a project together. SPUR is, we have faculty apply to be in our program, and we have, and then a number of projects are selected for those mentors. And then when students apply, they choose what project and what mentor they want to work with. And so that's how they get paired up. Oh, and you can only participate in SPUR one time, but you can do SPUR and then you can still do 2 semesters of UROP. Any questions on SPUR? So our summer, anyone here do SPUR this last summer? Yeah, I knew we had some students who were going to be doing UROP. So we do have some scholarships. So scholarships are available to students who have already done 2 semesters of research. We have a limited amount of funding. We have some donors who gave us some money. We have like the D Foundation. So this is, I think we award 8 scholarships every fall to students who have already done 2 semesters of research who are going to continue their research through the fall semester. And then we have the Francis Family and the Parent Fund. Those are scholarships that we offer in the spring. So I'll be sending out the announcements around October regarding these spring and the spring scholarships. So if you are currently in your renewal semester, you would be eligible, and you're going to continue your research in the spring, you would be eligible for these scholarships. We also offer travel and small grants. So this is just a little bit extra money to help you with your research. So we have travel grants that are up to $500, and these can be anything. If you're going on a conference, if you just need to go do some field work, conference registrations, airfare, lodging, anything that is for future travel that you have planned, you can apply for these travel grants. We also have the small grants, which are like for extra research supplies, maybe supplies that aren't available in your lab, that you need to, like the special training fees, stuff that you need to further your research. So we consider these every month. So right now, everything that all the applications that we receive in the month of August, they'll get reviewed the end of August. They'll get reviewed the beginning of September, and that's when we'll award them. So we do look at them every month. Just make sure you apply. It's kind of like the UROP. Once you apply, you'll get an email. You have to send it to your mentor, and then your mentor has to fill out a quick little question to support you. So you can get 1 travel and 1 small grant during your time here. And then we have the Undergraduate Research Scholar designation. So this is a recognition the university gives to students who have done undergraduate research. It's a designation that goes on your transcript, and there's only a couple other designations that the university offers. And how you can get this is 2 semesters of research with a faculty member. You can either come through UROP, or if you don't come through UROP, you can still work with a mentor for a semester. We do have a verification form that you fill out. You need to present at one of our symposiums that we talked about, and then you need to publish in our journal, The Range. And then you typically apply for this the semester that you graduate, so that you can also get really cool white graduation cords to wear at graduation. So if you're graduating this fall and you have you've done all these things, please be sure to apply before December 7th. Any questions about the URSD? Yes. Your 2 semesters of research does not have to be with the same professor. Just 2 semesters. No, the scholarships are 2 semesters of UROP and then continuing on. It's like an additional UROP scholarship. So we have a journal that everyone's eligible to publish in. It's called Range. This is something we publish it twice a year. It's open to any undergraduate on campus. You don't have to come through the UROP program. You can submit multiple times. It can be different formats. It can be an abstract. It can be your paper. If you're in like the arts, it can be some images. And please, before you submit, we don't review your submission. So please get it reviewed by your mentor first before you submit it to us. So the next deadline is December 1st. And we have different volumes. Then the deadline after that will be, I believe, sometime in next spring. So if you don't publish in December 1st, you can publish next semester. And if you're getting the URSD and you need a publication, you can just submit to the journal. The journal doesn't have to have been published yet. You just have to get your submission in, and we'll count that. And you can go onto our website and see some of the previous submissions that have happened in the past editions. We have, Annie had talked about this earlier, we have students who work with us as undergraduate research leaders, and we pay them to do about 5 to 10 hours a week of either outreach or student recruitment. They do peer advising. These are students who have been in our programs, who have participated in all the things that we have. So they're a very good resource for any kind of question you might have. They're going to have office hours. You can find them on our website. You're welcome to contact them, set up a time to meet with them. They'd be very happy to discuss any kind of questions that you might have with them. So right now we have leaders who will be working fall and spring semester, and the next spring we'll be hiring new leaders. So if you're interested, check back with our office. We have an IRB lab. So this is a workspace for students who are either in the process, going to be starting the process of IRB. If you have any questions of IRB, they'll be meeting every other Thursday. There's the dates right there, 12:30 to 2. In the past, it's just been in the Marriott Library, but we do have we're waiting on some confirmations on the location. So if anybody has to do IRB process, this is a great resource to get more information. We also have Funding Fridays. It's going to be every Friday. This is just an open Zoom call, so you can log in at any time. If you have any questions about any of the programs that we have, if you have questions about how to apply, deadlines, if you need like an application reviewed, we'll have one of our leaders, and I believe Jude will be on most of these calls, so they're very willing to answer any questions. Just drop in. These can be found on our website under Funding Fridays. And then we also have the Monson Prize. This is so Charles Monson had some money that he wanted to donate to university students, specifically students who were doing research that had to do with social change. So every spring we have an application process where students can submit original paper that has to do with social change. And then one lucky student will be awarded a $1,200 check. So this is something that we will also send out next spring. So if it's, if you're graduating, a lot of students who have a thesis or have to write a final paper, this is a great place to submit your paperwork and then get some money for it. Okay, that is all we have for today. Thank you all for coming. If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to come up here afterwards. But other than that, please, if you haven't got hired, please make your hiring arrangements and then feel free to contact our office at any time. So thank you all for coming.